Hi, this is Praios and I'm a professional gambler. Today we will come to the topic of playing on scared money. I also did that back in the day when I played with like, I think it was like maybe 7 stack bankroll management or 6 or something like that. There was this huge fish, I think he was called Steve Harris, on No Limit Holdem 40k. And at the time I was playing at maximum 5k No Limit Holdem, I think. But this guy had a win rate of like minus 100 BB per 100 or something. And I just risked all the money I had on stars. And this was 40k. So 1 stack. And I also was quite scared. And yeah, you should not play on scared money. Most of the time I would advocate not to do it at all. I still think back in the day my decision was correct. But yeah, in general, don't play on scared money unless it is a very, very good situation like the one that presented myself back in the day. And also you have to be able to quit in time. I mean, if you lose all your money, I mean, if you're not able to cash, to stop in time in case you have a downswing or tilt or play bet or whatever, then don't take the shot at all. But in my case, it was very easy, and I also was committed to stop because my deposit limit on stars at the time was very low, and if I lose the 40k, the money, I would just not have enough money to play or to continue playing. So I was committed to at maximum lose 1 stack. It obviously also went bad. I think I lost it all. But yeah, anyways, let's see what Phil Galfond's scared money moment was. So let's jump into the video.
Hello, and welcome to a scary session. I went into this session scared, and what I mean by that is the stakes at the time for me were particularly high. I mean, these are incredibly high stakes in general, but sometimes I played 501k with enough of a bankroll and on an upswing that I was very comfortable. I don't remember the particular details, but I know at this time, I think I'd probably been losing for a while and my bankroll was getting a little bit tight. And so 501k is a very big game. And second of all, I'm playing this player, Cadillac 1944, is a recreational player, which is why I'm taking a shot this big, but also is incredibly aggressive. So over the time that I played with him, I think he 3-bet 50% of hands, which a normal 3-bet is about 18, 20%. These days, at that time, this was in 2010, the normal 3-bet was probably closer to 10, 12%. So not only were the stakes really big, but he makes the gameplay even bigger. I went into this nervous. I'm sure it affected my play a little bit. Let's see how I do. So what I have for you here is every hand that either...
It's No Limit Holdem. No, it's Spot Limit Over. Very nice. That's also the game I know the most about.
Got over 18k or saw the turn. So that'll, include a fair number of hands from a session, especially because when he 3-bets, which he does quite often, the pot is immediately 18k. So I wonder if I should be limping more against his strategy or if he would start 3-betting less. So he 3-bets and checks on ace-king-3, which isn't really a thing, although if you have a 50% range, maybe it is. I go with a small bet and he folds. So
this is also probably not the best way to approach a situation like this. I mean, against a recreational player, I would most of the time assume that he nailed that board and is not check folding because, if he had nothing, he should continuation bet because the ace is supposed to hit his range. And but he might have like aces and be trapping. So I would have personally checked back. But seems like Phil's read at this point in time was correct. And we also have the PLO Trainer started now after I saw that this is a PLO game. And in case there's any hand where we are unsure about what to do, we will use it. This is a so-called GTO program. So it will give you the game theory optimal solution, or supposedly the game theory optimal solution, because there are some input the human gives, and so this cannot be game theory optimal. It also is the case because the computer, the power the computers have are not big enough to calculate a big game tree where you have let people do whatever they want. So it's just limited to 1 bet size and stuff. But it's still pretty close to optimal play. And if you want to push your game to the next level, I also got the links below. yeah, if you want to sign up. Also, some other programs that are very useful if you are wanting to go the more professional route in poker. But enough of that now. Let's get back to the action.
I must have had a read, I don't recall this, I must have had a read that he was very often folding when he checked these boards, either very often folding in general or very often folding when he checked boards that were really good for his range that you would think he would see bet a lot of good stuff on. Or that you would think he would see bet a lot of stuff on in general.
Maybe he was just not thinking this through and thought, okay, he checked, so he's probably weak. I don't know. But yeah, he also said that it's not the standard to bet this board.
So off to a good start. Here, we 3-bet Queen 10 9 6, which actually is a 3-bet. I didn't think that I knew that at the time.
Actually, what? Can't believe that this is true. But we will find out in a second. So it's 2-player game. And a raise. Queen 6 10 9. I mean, he might have looked that up, but I still can't believe that. Yeah, looks like it's more of a call. The solver was undecided, but that just means that the sim probably did not run long enough. And although, yeah, look, the EV is a little bit better than re-raising, but it still has a higher frequency to not re-raise. So what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I mean, let's stop right here and say, okay, it's borderline and we can do whatever we want with this end. I thought that's most certainly just a call.
But apparently in 2010 I did. Small bet flop, that's pretty good. That's what I would do today. I'd go slightly smaller.
Yeah,
and,
but
we take it down.
He's right.
Look at that. 2023 Phil approved. Okay. So against somebody 3-betting.
I think that's not an open race against someone 3-betting that much.
50%. Opening 9, 6, 5, 3 single suited is not.
Against such a guy, I would also start limping a lot of stuff.
2023 Phil approved. I would still probably limp this hand against him. So I expect to have a post-flop edge, but it's tough when stacks are this deep to... Or sorry, it's tough when you make the pot big, you reduce the stack to pot ratio, and then you get into a spot like this where he's potting flop. I think he potted a lot of flops too.
Cheers.
I have a pair. I have a double gut shot. I have a club. I think I should just call here, which I do. Turn is a jack. He pots again, and I have to fold. And
reasonable.
It doesn't feel good. Here I open. This is okay. He 3-bets again. And he pots flop. So this is tough. So he was potting so many flops that when he pots this board, it's not like he needs to have a really strong hand. Potting this board is...
We also have a very weak hand, though. But yeah, potting a board like this seems quite terrible. But we could be drawing that already, or against an ace-high flush draw. That would also be very bad. Even worse would be an ace-high flush draw with a king as well. So yeah... This has to be very, very close. Let's see what Phil does.
Not really a thing these days. I mean, I think I need to call because I think calling with queen high flush draw is better.
Yeah, look, the sim said it is. I mean, I thought it's not a 3-bet as well, but yeah, it's apparently very close.
Better than calling with king jack. Because king jack, both hands don't beat his value bets, but this hand has more outs against his value bets.
Actually, a player that's 3-betting way too much often also is 4-betting way too much, and that's why I would definitely not 3-bet a hand against the described opponent. But in a GTO world, this is very close. You can do both things, as already said.
It's just see him doing this with, ace, king, deuce 3. So I think I like the call. King turn, he checks. The problem is there are 2 flush draws out now. His flop value range, I mean, maybe he has a 5, but he's not folding that on the turn. But if I check the turn, can I represent it?
Actually, I hate I mean, whatever he does, I think I'm okay with that. Betting small does not seem too bad. I mean, if this guy's potting the flop a lot, he might have just pure air and we get him to fold. I mean, this is a huge success with queen high, so I would probably bet small.
Anything on the river? I don't know. I'm tempted to small bet here and make him fold his air. But I don't know. That's what I did. Okay. It's at least, you know,
call.
20.
Interesting.
2010 Phil is somewhat in line with 2023 Phil. And then he open jams river. I actually remember this hand.
That's strange. He would call. Maybe he made a flush as well. But that's sort of funny. Let's get rid of the chat for a moment because can't still see Phil's stack size otherwise. So let's try to get this done. Oops, that was definitely not the correct one.
I mean, I called and he had, I think, aces with a flush draw. Oh no, Jack.
Whoa! Yeah, okay. Oh, he has had a 5 as well, so sort of own Phil on with the turn bet, but the river, yeah, the river is a very good one. I mean, I also don't not necessarily agree with his jam, although I think it's actually not that bad. I mean, if he puts Phil, for example, on a king, he will check back, but he might call the shove.
Jacks. All right, I didn't fully remember it. He had jacks with a 5 and jack high flush draw. So that worked out very nicely, and we are off to a good start, a very lucky start, as he did.
Look at that. Back in the day, it was 50 cent rake. And now on GG, it is 1K per hand. Ah, good old days.
You know, bet pretty big on that flop with a very good hand. So he min raises button. I just call. Check, check, flop. We have 2 flush draws. I don't know what I like here. Betting is fine. Take it down.
Yeah, whatever he does is fine.
Defend the big blind. Seems okay. Check, check. Don't really love checking turn. I think I just need to start value betting.
Yeah, I think checking is also okay. Maybe this guy will try to take down the pot now, and we obviously are not folding, but we would hate to get raised, so I don't necessarily disagree with the check.
At the time, I didn't have a small sizing, which this would be a nice small bet, but it could also be a 2/3 pot bet.
River is not that good.
River, he checks down.
Check it down.
King
Okay.
8-7-6 looks pretty good.
So far, his opponent played quite reasonable. That's a good hand.
We open aces. He finally does not 3-bet, but he does.
Okay, we are in position, so we can't 3-bet. Good point. Okay, we're getting donked into. I would start with a call.
Full pot on deuce, deuce, 6, rainbow. So quite uncomfortable already. He's repping a deuce, but we're not going to fold aces with a backdoor flush draw. He checks on the 5. I think we should check. He's going to have a some.
I wouldn't hate if he bets. I mean, this guy might just have like weak queens or whatever. He's sometimes not free betting it. Or like ace 6.
More polarized range, and if he doesn't have a deuce, he's drawing near dead.
And he might not even fold that.
Against our hand. Checks.
Yeah, but checking also fine.
River. I have no clue what he has. I'm tempted to bet half pot, even though I can't.
Yeah, I would value bet as well.
Have air. Just hope he finds a call. But he had 3s, and interesting that he doesn't bluff with 3s when he turns the straight blockers.
Yeah, maybe because the full house was all there as well. But yeah, it's a very strange play by him.
Here he limps. I get to check back. One of the worst hands in the deck. I have no idea why I'm betting this turn. I don't like this.
Yeah, I guess Phil sensed weakness and followed through on the river. I mean, now makes even more sense to bluff. I mean, we got nothing. This is not GTO, but against the described opponent, I don't hate it after betting turn.
I guess I'm bluffing. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't know. Let's just move on. I don't know. This hand I would probably not open against somebody 3-betting as much as him.
Definitely not opening. Get donked into again. This guy's also doing it very, very light, as we saw already. But our hand kind of sucks if he has something decent this time. Yeah, I think calling is fine, folding as well.
He also donks flop. So yeah, against somebody who's opening, who's 3-betting a lot and donking flops, raising weak hands on the button does not perform very well. I think this is just a fold against full pot. I went with raise because
Yeah, that's definitely the worst option, I think. Calling is okay. Folding might be slightly better, but re-raising I would never do.
I just didn't believe him, and I get...
Okay. That's the end of the hand, I guess, or is Phil getting completely bananas now and calling or re-shoving?
It smashed into my face. He just wants to smash in 250 big blinds. Okay.
Looks like he's not that scared, as the title of the video suggested. Making a few plays already.
Nice flop for me here. Sure. Raise, call, 3-bet. Okay. He checks flop. Earlier, we saw that he checks kind of weak on these boards. I went for a big bet.
He's always check folding ace-high boards, but yeah, I think this is even better of a check back, because if you get check raised, you're in so much pain.
At this time, and it works once again. Call 3-bet. I mean, again, I should limp this hand, but...
Yeah, definitely limp.
It is a call of a
And now fold.
3-bet once he 3-bets, an easy fold on this flop. He's potting flop. I think this is a call.
I mean, not sure if this is really a call. I mean, if he has a queen, we don't have that many outs.
Check and hope.
4K. I got the feeling that he might have like king queen or something, thinly value betting, but getting these odds, it's probably okay to call, right? I mean, we could even consider turning our hand into a bluff, but yeah, I would call for information purpose and also assuming that he might have some bullshit some of the time.
Maybe that's 4K. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, fold seems fine. That's like entirely read based, and I don't remember any reads on him that would sway me one way or the other. Here we open and call a 3-bet. It's actually kind of interesting. At 100 big blinds, it might be correct to just start ripping stuff like this in pre, because he's 3-betting 50% of hands.
Probably not correct. Because I will show you the reason. This is Pro Poker Tools Odds Oracle. I'm not sponsored, have no affiliate link, no nothing, but this is a great tool anyway, so feel free to get it. So we put in Phil's hand and we put in 50% 3-bet range. We are probably not ahead, and if we are ahead, we are not ahead by much. We are like, oh, I think we are probably ahead, but marginally. Yeah, 1.5% we are ahead. So although this hand looks sort of pretty, it is not. I would not rip that in. I mean, you could discuss maybe if double suit, but even then it's probably close. Yeah, because the thing is, double suit makes it a lot better, as you can see. And the thing is, if you 4-bet and he 5-bets, you commit yourself, and he's the one deciding if he wants to get in his aces or just call with whatever junk he has and see a flop. So yeah, this is not recommended to 4-bet with.
But at the stacked up, no. So he pots, easy call. He pots turn.
I would be a little bit scared, but I think let him hang himself.
If we had like 130K in stacks, I would rip this in. At 190K, I think it's just a call. I don't know. I went for...
She still rips it in. I think I like calling more. I put them both on ace-king, by the way.
For the rip, he calls. That's not good.
Ooh. Oh, Phil was demolished. Completely destroyed. I mean, on that river, we might have even... I mean, not sure if he can find the fold, but yeah. He should not rip it in.
He had set of nines plus flush draw. I mean, so the question is he doing this with ace nine? Which is probably, is he doing it with king nine? Like how crazy is he? And then is he calling those? So, because on this board, there are not that many draws.
Yeah, that's right.
There are no open enders to be had. So I like just
Yeah, it's more like a protection race, not for value, I think.
calling turn. And I mean, I'm getting stacked on like an offsuit 7 river, but on the 7 of diamonds, I don't need to.
Good analysis.
So there goes, what was that?
Tarot. Oh, that's 300.
There goes a 430K pot his way. And my scary session.
Terrible open, by the way. But good flop.
It's getting a little more scary. All right, so this is what you want to see. You want to see the pot size donk when you have something. I think with a hand like ace 3, I would raise here and hope.
I mean, depending on the reads, if this guy will not believe us if we put in a small raise, I wouldn't hate if he, raise it against such a dude. But yeah, normal line of action would be just calling.
He just rips in, a weak 3. But with queen 3, I want to let him try to catch up. I want the raise anyways. Wow, he just smashes it.
As I said. Wow.
Let's see what you have.
Got it in. Yeah, okay.
Ace 3, ace on
it's
the turn.
Like
it's not looking good.
And yeah, turn. Very unfortunate for Phil.
It's not looking good. I guess I maybe thought he was reasonably value heavy here and would just smash in any 3, which, I mean, his play.
I think probably it could also be a mix of that he thinks that he's value heavy and as well that he might go crazy against this small raise and he might consider himself in a leveling war. He thinks that I think that he has nothing and I think he has nothing and who blinks first loses a hand, something like that.
Well, it's hard to say his play's fine because you don't donk pot on this flop. But having donked pot and getting raised, his play's kind of fine to rip in ace 3 with no diamonds. Check call. Check whatever on the turn. I fold. Okay. Raise call 3-bet. You could maybe rip this in too.
This is also probably not doing that well, even against 50%. And if we are crushed, this almost definitely does not do well. I mean, easy wrap it in with 2 suits. Oh, even without a suit, this does surprisingly way better than the ace-king hand from before. So this one was wrong, but yeah, this is a better rip in. And it's getting even better when you have 1 suit, and if you have 2 suits, what happens then? If you have 2 suits, it should be no-brainer. Yep.
See, like this is where it gets really awkward. Is he pots flop and you have an overpair, and he's potting so many hands that it's hard to fold. I think I like call, and then just turns get really awkward. I just ripped it in instead, which is not the end.
That's not great. I would never do this re-raise. I mean, calling is fine. I mean, even folding is probably not the ideal thing to do, but I never rip it in.
My equity is not very good against anything that wants to get it in.
Even if he has like a 4 with clubs, he's way behind.
With me. And
he only has a top set of 10s.
So this is going poorly very fast.
But Phil also is not playing great. Oh yes, that's a hand.
Raise call 3-bet. We flop very well. He pots. Do I want to call or jam? I think just jam because I want to take the fold equity.
Not sure how much fold equity he has though, but yeah, sounds reasonable. And this guy probably also gets it in very light, and we might be ahead often. But
he is going with it.
Ooh, does not look as if we got it. Jack high is not often good.
I don't think I'm going to win with Jack high.
Oh, this guy runs hard.
Okay. Just has top set again.
But I think against top set, we are probably a huge favorite on the flop. With
so,
this huge draw.
We're seeing a lot of, we're seeing him c-bet a lot, but we're also seeing him have sets and stuff a lot. So it's kind of hard to say. how aggressive he's being. And we saw him check flop and then check fold to a small or medium-sized bet on boards that were pretty good for his range. So it might be the case that his c-betting range is stronger than I think. All in all, I lost $400,000 that I could not really afford to lose at the time.
Yeah, happens if you take shots. Not even sure if this Cadillac guy is that bad. I mean, what we saw was sort of reasonable. He might have suboptimal pre-flop ranges, but post-flop it looked okay, sort of okayish, I think.
But I made sure to quit then and not make it worse. And I kind of hobbled back to some.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's the quality I was talking about. You must be able to quit in time. I mean, if you lose your complete bankroll, you will not be able to work as a poker player anymore. Because then the money is gone. Gone. Okay, let's see if we have more comments. Nope, we don't.
Lower stakes to rebuild as I'd done before. It was a sad day, though, at the Galfond apartment. And it does seem like often when you go into these sessions taking a shot and you're scared and uncomfortable.
Yeah, my session against Steve Ferris ended the same way. I think it ended the same way twice. I mean, I 2 times had like 40K bankroll and I busted both. Or I think I busted in one session and the other session I lost almost all of it or something like that.
It does often go poorly, and part of that is because of selective memory and negativity bias. But another part of it is that when you're scared, you do play a little bit more defensively. You play worse. And I saw a couple instances of that over this short session. However, I think I still should have had an edge overall. If you want to see more of these hand reviews, please let me know. I do have more hand histories. They start to get a little repetitive. I have like 6 sessions at 501K against Patrick Antonius. I have a bunch of no-limit Holdem sessions at 100, 200 against Crazy Elior. But let me know what you want to see. And if you want to see more of anything, whether it be these old sessions or otherwise, subscribe to the channel because I am making more.
Subscribe to my channel too, or follow me on Twitch if you want to see me live and ask me questions. And Twitch, also good. Twitch, I always said that, right? Twitter, because I always announce when I'm going online. And yeah, soon this will also be on YouTube. And if you are watching this on YouTube, consider to also follow my other channels. And also I got a second channel about finances, crypto and stuff. And if you like money, this channel, Finance with Excel, might be something for you as well. Thanks for watching. Good luck at the tables. Bye-bye.